Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back today. Well, you may have guessed it, we're in downtown Cape of Paphos, and we're going to storm the Cape of Paphos harbour, and we'd like you to come with us. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening, that's for sure. Now, before we do, I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Archin. Grazie via, Labu.
Hello, everybody. How nice to see you again and again.
And again. Now stick with us. She's like a naughty, naughty little mouse today, as we can see. There we are. Little red eyes glistening and gleaming. So stick with us as we storm the Cape of Paphos harbour. We've come to the end of the promenade. You've got the great, great blue Mediterranean Sea. That's that over there. And as tradition goes, that sea is blue, that sky is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. So all that's actually missing is
you. Of course you.
So
get yourself on a boat or a canoe and start paddling like crazy.
What about the big bird?
Or get yourself on the big bird or a canoe, sorry.
Or a boat,
What
I don't
did
mind.
I do?
Well,
Oh.
it doesn't matter. She's confusing
What did I
her
say?
transport modes.
Yeah,
She
get
said
yourself
boat.
on the bird
Yes.
or a big bird
Yes.
or a canoe and start paddling
Do you like big diggers?
crazy. Oh, you're making me very dizzy.
Do you like
Mr.
big diggers?
Very big digs.
Yes. We're a family channel. Anyway, here we go. We're at the end
This
of
is
the
how I
Cape.
pronounce. Did I say anything
We are
wrong
at the end of
again?
the Cape of Paphos promenade.
It's all
So
right.
that's that over there, and then just over here is the Cape of Paphos harbour area. And as you can see, there are some of the gumbaros. This is the head office on the harbour area of the Paphos Sea Cruises. They're in charge of many, many boats in the Cape of Paphos harbour. The big boy in the crew is out. It should be parked up there. And that big boy is called the Ocean Flyer. And a lot of people have heard of that boat, and it's a very, very big boat indeed. And on top of that, you've also got the Ocean Vision, and they've got various other boats as well. Giuseppe?
Yeah. All Mr. Paul is saying is all right. I can approve it.
It's been fully approved, that's for sure. Anyway, if you're wondering the girl in charge, that is known as Sexy Roxy.
How are you?
How are you doing? You right?
Always looking lovely.
Are you keeping
always.
busy? As you are. As you are
Lovely
as
day
well.
Today.
Yeah? It's a bit cooler, isn't it? It's nice and cool now, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit windy.
Yes.
I like it. Yeah.
Yes.
After all this.
How's Major Tom? Was he all right?
Major Tom always.
He's
around.
somewhere. He's round about.
Yeah.
Major Tom's the man in charge of ground control, if you understand, and he's the man that runs around on a moped. He's always got something to do because they take health and safety very, very seriously. And of course, on top of that, most of these cruises are what they call all-inclusive 5-star luxury cruises, so they have food and beverages on there. So he's also got to make sure that there's enough food on there, get enough booze on there, and enough things going on. They've got cleaning crews. I think you understand his job is very, very difficult, as is Sexy Roxy. There you go. Thanks, Sexy Roxy. We'll see you on the way out. Right, we're going to get into the Cape of Paphos harbour area quite early in the evening, and the first restaurant on the block is that one there, and it's called the Kings, as you can see, and they've got a great, great view, possibly the greatest view on the Paphos harbour, because they get to look straight out back into the Cape of Paphos promenade. Absolutely spectacular. Bit of music playing in the background, so let's keep going. We've got about 5 to 10 seconds before YouTube gives us a strike, Mr. Ian, if you understand. So people have asked us this quite often now. We don't edit, and we don't edit for several reasons. One is I'm too lazy, and two, I'm too stupid. So we don't edit, but a lot of people have told us they do like the liveness of it, so they stick with us. So please stick with us as we storm the Cape of Paphos harbour area. There it is, the busiest restaurant in the Cape of Paphos harbour, and it's known as the Pelican. And then that is the entrance there to where you're going to go and find all of the boats and cruise ships and fishing ships and that sort of stuff. Let's have a walk through here, Giuseppe. There we are. So this is the Cyprus Ports Authority, and you can see here again, this is Paphos Sea Cruises, and they've got many, many different cruises going on. Well, as we get closer, we'll stop and show you some of the names on some of the yachts. So you've got the Ocean Flyer mega yacht, gives you an idea of what they're doing. They go out in the blue Mediterranean Sea, they do a bit of swimming, a bit of diving, you get a bit of food, and you have a great, great time. And then there is the big boy itself, that is the Ocean Vision. That's an absolutely massive mega yacht, that's for sure. And there's all sorts of different things going on there. Most evenings on a Friday and a Saturday night, it's, well, the great crescendo, the final cruise they have fireworks. So you get to go on the boat, 75 euros a pop if you are an adult, 40-ish euros if you are a child. All you can eat, all you can drink, obviously entertainment, live entertainment. You can go snorkeling, you can go swimming, and then it finishes off with a great fireworks display, and you're going to have a great time indeed. Receiving.
And I can see the liberties, Mama.
Do you approve?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
she does. There we are. Now, we're going to keep going, and we're going to show you one or two of the other things that are around. This one's called the Antilles turtle watching boat, and if you're wondering what all these things are here, basically they're telling you roughly every day what they saw. So today they saw 6 turtles only. Okay, most days they tend to see a few more. Here is what they've written down. So I'm going to take you through some of it. If you understand, 7 turtles, 10, 12, 13, 5, 40 turtles on that day.
What is the record?
I'm having a quick look. For bad sea conditions, they didn't go.
42.
Yep, 42, 47, 45. So if you get an idea of what we're showing you, that's their record of what, not what they're saying, what the people on the boat counted. So their record so far in June was 47 turtles. Spectacular. There she is. She's got rid of the customers. Did they book?
Not yet.
Not yet, but they'll come back. But they'll come back. That's our Gumbara, and she's got an iguana. So if you see them around in the promenade area,
Don't
you
lose
can
your
pop.
English
I'm losing my English. You've stolen it. You can pop over to her, and you make a contribution. Basically, you give her €1, and you get a photo. And the iguana knows that it's a star. This is one of these boats that gets its bottom in the air, and the idea is it to scare the living daylights out
I
of
would
you.
like to jump on it now.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Easy.
You might fall on your
Why?
bottom and you'll end
Do
up
you
wet.
think if I jump, then it will go like that?
I think as you go to jump, it'll move and then you'll fall on your bottom.
Really?
That's what I think. It's normally the way it works.
I would try.
The next boat along here, that's the CY dive boat, if you're wondering, and they take you out on diving cruises. Whether you are a semi-professional, an amateur, or a professional, they have a tailor-made cruise for you, and you can have all the scuba diving gear, or bring your own, obviously, if you are a professional, and they will tailor a package for you. And if you go back to the promenade area and wiggle them back to the rear of the harbour cafeteria, you're going to find their head office, and they've actually even got a swimming pool. And then next door to that is the Ocean Dream. Again, it's owned by Paphos Cyprus. They own most of the boats, and there's Major Tom sitting over there in his orange shorts. We'll have him in a minute when we get around. There we are. That's the real glass bottom boat. So that's owned by Mr. Rikos. He's a man we've often featured as we walk along the promenade. He's the man that actually owns it. Captain Hassan is the man that sails it. And then there's another Hassan and another chappie who I've unfortunately forgotten his name, and they're the ones that feed you. In fact, that is Mr. Hassan, or Captain Hassan. How are you doing? You all right? Good? He's doing a bit of maintenance to his flippers. There we are. So he's been out and he's come back, and as you can see across the top, it's telling you 90-minute trip. But they've also got another upmarket trip. So the 90-minute trip's €15, and you get to go out over the shipwreck, and you get to do a bit of swimming. The 2.5-hour trip, 2.5 hours, pretty much the same, but you get a nice lunch in it as well, and a bit more swimming. You see?
And I wonder, where is the biggest boy? Because I like big boys.
It's a bit like Big Diggers. The Ocean Vision normally is parked up there, but it's not today. So that means the Ocean Vision is somewhere out there.
Oh,
And
he's
there'll be a
gone
lot of
for
people
a trip
partying. There'll be a lot of
around the
people
girls,
partying.
this
Yes,
big
there will.
boy.
Now, stick with us, because there are some other boats. Again, this one is owned by the Paphos Cyprus. That's the Ocean Player. But there is a boat on here that's not owned then, and it's that one over there, Wave Dancer. Very, very nice boat indeed. And we'll go and have a chat with our Gumbaru. And I wonder if she still remembers us. There she is. Oh, she does remember us. Got a great, great smile. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Can we have a wander?
Of course you can.
We'll go and have a wander. We're on the Wave Dancer. Now, you come and have a little word with Ruth. That's her name. And she'll tell you all about their cruises, because they've got about 12 different cruises going on. Now, this is the place, as we enter, that reminds her, watching Receiving LaBouffe, of her grandmother. Can I have a sit, Receiving? So this reminds her of sitting on the terrace outside their house in Tbilisi, Georgia, when she was a young girl.
You can't believe it, but I'm telling you the truth. When I was a little girl, my grandmother used to have the same balconies. The veranda, which were surrounded by, no, the house was surrounded by the balcony. The front side of the facade of the house was with two entrances. It was looking like this exactly. And when I just first time saw it, I thought it's my grandmother's balconies, entrances to the house. So I feel like I'm around 5 to 7 years of old.
There we are. Now, we also understand, if you do follow us, that veranda and balcony can also refer to something else. Now, what's the rear end called?
It's veranda.
Veranda. So let me show you what a veranda is in our language. That's a veranda.
And this part is balcony.
And that part is the balcony.
We just say
There
it
we
as
are.
a code.
And we also have an area called the secret garden. We'll stop now. We are a family channel. Let's follow your rear end up there, and then we'll get a nice view. And then we'll come back down to that. So here we go. Look at that. There we are. That's the rear end of watching Graciliana Booth. So hopefully we're going to get a spectacular view. Well, not a better view than that, but we are going to get a spectacular view, because that is where the Cato Paphos promenade ends, and it joins the Cato Paphos harbour area. Have a look at that. This is where all the boats are docked up, as we say. And you may have noticed we get to wander around these boats if you ask them politely. As long as the boats are in dock, they will allow you to go and have a quick look around, because obviously the idea is that you have a little mosey on down. Perhaps you see something you like, and then perhaps you book one of the cruises. It's that simple. This is the upper area for the sunbathing and the monkeying around. And there's the biggest monkey on the block, watching Graciliana Booth.
On the neighbor boat, I see the washings up going on. Do you think they've got a washing machine on the boat, or it's just they wash it by hands?
I would suggest that they washed it by hand. Again, another boat that's owned by the Paphos Cyprus. That's that one there. And as we can see, there's a couple of pairs of boxer shorts, there's a couple of t-shirts, a couple of pairs of shorts. So this is some of the crew members who've obviously been out sailing today, and they've washed their clothes to get ready for tomorrow. This boat, by the way, is the Jolly Roger Fun Ship. So that's a pirate-themed ship. Again, they've got live entertainment for the littlies and the adults, by the way. We know a couple of adults that went on there and told us that they had the time of their life. And there's an entertainer who goes on that ship every day. His name's Matthew Edmondson, and he dresses up as a pirate. This guy is a star. He's an absolute star. How he's only still in Paphos is beyond me. He should be on the worldwide stage. Perhaps he chooses to be here. And believe it or not, he's actually Welsh, and he comes from just up the road in a village called, well, it's just outside Tywyn, but we'll say Tywyn in North Wales, just up the road or just down the road from Llandudno. So big shout out to you, Matthew, if you're watching. You never know, and if you want, you could click the like and you could hit subscribe.
And I think the water, the sea water waves, getting a bit angrier and angrier, and it makes this huge boat to, because very soon I'll not be able to stand on my 2 feet.
Yes, unfortunately the summer, well, no, not unfortunately, luckily the summer is coming to an end, and we are going into the autumn season, which is absolutely the greatest time to come to Paphos. But obviously if you are a boat owner or a ship owner, it then creates problems, because the sea creates a little bit of chopsiness. So if you've got a boat, small one or a big one, you're going to have problems. And in general, the cruise, this is rocking quite a bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
the cruises then go down to only if the weather is correct. So at this time of year, you're probably going to get this boat going out 3 to 4 times a week. In the summer season, it goes out about 9 times a week. But that's a good thing, to be honest, if you want to go on it, because it means it's going to be spotlessly clean, and it means the staff are not going to be tired, and you, if you want, can have a great barbecue in that. Look how clean that is, Chrissy. That's absolutely spotless. Really, really is. Absolutely spotless.
They do work.
Yes. Like I say, we've witnessed these boats being cleaned. In fact, in one of our previous videos of the Ocean Vision, there was an Egyptian crew that was cleaning that deck down, and the effort that they put into cleaning that boat was absolutely, well, unbelievable. And to be honest, I know this is a boring subject now, but if I look at the carpets, I'm going to show you the steps. Now, I'm not an expert on this sort of stuff, but I would understand when you go up steps, your feet will grate and leave more dirt than anywhere else. Look at that carpet and look at the wood. I know that's boring, but I'm trying to give you an insight into just how clean these ships are. It's a great, great place to come. And you get to go out for between 4 and 5 hours, and like I said, there's fireworks on a Friday and a Saturday night, and you get to look at this, and this is something very, very special indeed. Okay, the Paphos Promenade and out to the blue Mediterranean Sea, and if you're very, very lucky, you might get to look at this. This Ochin, Krasivia, Le Bouffe.
How nice. I could stay here forever. If anybody only let me do it, I would like to tell you. Don't be scared, Mr. Paul.
Well, I'm hoping you stay still.
Don't be scared. We only can scare the boys. I'm not gonna scare you, and don't go far away from me. I know you're trying to catch me on the eye of the camera, but I would like to tell all of our lovely people, thank you very much for watching and your support. We would like to tell you that we really, really love you, every single of you. Many thanks for watching again, and please don't forget to come and see another of our madnesses. Many kisses and bye-bye.
All that's left for me to say is, of course, thanks for watching, and of course, if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of our madness. Now, if there's someone or somewhere that you'd like us to go and have a chat with, or somewhere you'd like us to go and see, drop it in the comments, and we will do our very, very best to, well, do it for you, shall we say. There's some places that we can go, and there's some places that we can't go. You never know, one day we might get to go into the police cells, and you never know, one day we might get to go and see my Gumbaru, the mayor. Anyway, thanks for watching.